Inferno is one of the most popular maps inside of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and I'm sure it's going to be just as popular with Counter-Strike 2's release. So today I want to make a video going over all of the strategies, all the basics, all of the in-depth details about Inferno, and making sure you guys understand how you should be playing this map, and give you kind of a pro perspective from how you should be playing and how, each part of the map works. So make sure to like this video, guys. If this video gets over 200 likes, I will do a part 2 on Inferno, and go ahead and leave a comment down below which map you would like to see an in-depth dive on with lots of pro tricks and details, and make sure to subscribe to my channel, guys. So let's get into it. So Inferno, right? Very simple map, but extremely complex. Let's get the basics out of the way first. The CT side generally is going to play 3-2, right? Generally, they're going to have 3 people playing A side, with 1 on Arch side, lane side, and 1 pit / apps player, right? And then 2 B players, maybe 1 playing aggressive, 1 setting up nades, or, both playing passive. But generally, the map is going to be split 3-2. Now, this is extremely important to understand with Inferno, because the rotations on this map are so long. Your A players over here are not able to run all the way to B site and get here before the B players take contact, and the T's can already have a site. So on Inferno, it is extremely important to kind of understand where the other team is and be able to shift your defense to the site you think they are fully going to hit. You can do this by stacking 4A or 3B. You can have 3B, that's a very good setup, and just pushing and pulling around the map, seeing where it's at. So on CT side, this means that in the middle of the round, the T's are going to be smoking Arch side off. They're going to be doing their control. That means after this smoke is fading, we flash peek, or we get information to see if brackets is clean, right? Or we flash peek into halls, see if anyone's in halls, and maybe you have a teammate walk through halls and get all of this information. Inferno is about information. That is the most important part of the map. The aspect of the map is information. Where is the T's at? So that's why it's common for you to see like a T sitting out here AFKing, because he's waiting for the CTs to get information, or sitting in window room waiting for a boiler push or something. So on your CT side, information is key. It's huge. So that's why flashing over car here for banana, getting this control is absolutely awesome. I'll give you guys a little strategy you can do in your pugs and your matchmaking games to dominate Inferno. So start with 3B and have a heavy B take, right? I want one guy smoking deep. I want mollies being thrown. I want, a molly maybe off this wall, whatever. I want you to molly out banana, flash over, take it however you like with 3 people, and then get your opper posted up here once you've cleared banana off, right? Once you've cleared banana off, get your opper posted here, car, whatever you want, and have them posted here, and then stack 4A. You can also do this with a rifler who just jump spots, right? You can just jump spot here. Make sure he has utility. As soon as he takes contact, he waits, and then he smokes off car, right? And then he can fall back and get ready to play. But in that meantime, you can have 4 A site, because if they're not banana guys, they're most likely going to be A site, right? So then you can stack 4A and make sure that you're taking a 4v5, right? That's so good on the CT side when you can have 4 people on the bomb site. So you don't have to gamble, you don't have to guess on Inferno. It's about doing that, right? Now let's hop over to the T side and think about the strategy on the T side. So the same thing can be applied to the T side, right? These rotations are so long, so we want to go to the site that has 2 people, right? 2 people, 1 person, or 0 people, right? We want to make sure we're going to the site that is the weakest. If we can, we want to avoid the site that has 3 people, because that's going to be our, not as good of a chance to win. So that means if you see them doing this heavy take where they're throwing so much utility, so many sites, you're like, guys, there's 3B. That's where 4 of you or 5 of you can just run up mid, disrespect any smoke that's here, flash through it, smoke off Arch, make sure that's all smoked off, and then just go into an A hit. Because these rotations are so long and because they're so hard, you can just take all of this control. Maybe you disrespect the Arch player, you get into here and you cut off rotations. Inferno is all about cutting off rotations. If you can get a rifler lurked up into Arch and he can sit in one of these cubbies and just pressure and hold off these these angles, or even better, if you can get a player in the CT, it is impossible for the counter terrorists to do anything. It's impossible for them to freely rotate back and forth on the map, and that is why Inferno is so good on T side at times, when you can take this space, you can identify what site they're stacking, right? If you see that they're doing an alt mid push, there's 3 people pushing alt mid, well, let's pressure these B players, let's make them feel uncomfortable, because the CTs are pushing all the way into alt mid here. their rotation is they're out of the game. As long as we don't give them kills, they're out of the game, right? We know where they're at. We'll take this B control and force these guys back, right? So Inferno is all about the rotations and making sure you know where the other team is on both CT side and T side. Now on we'll hop back to CT side here. Utility management on Inferno is the greatest out of any map, right? Utility management is so important, and you need to be able to have that. That means, you know, you're doing these little jiggle plays where maybe you're jiggling CT, waiting for them to make contact, right? There's positions you can play. I'm an opera, I don't really do this, so I'm not sure exactly, but there's like pixel angles you can hold. I'm not sure where it is, but like right here where you're waiting for them to peek, and as soon as they peek, you know, you smoke or you flash or do something. But it is so important that if you are not actually taking something on Inferno, try to save your utility and try to make sure that you have it so that you can constantly re-smoke. One thing you can do is have your A players drop you smokes and utility right here, right? Have them drop it right here, and then you just constantly re-smoke banana, right? You're constantly re-smoking this. So as soon as that smoke's fading, maybe you're jiggling a little bit, and then you re-smoke again. If you can prevent them from getting into the site by constantly re-smoke, you're gonna win Inferno, because it's just so frustrating to play against. So utility is vital, and you know, it's just so important to be able to do that. It's the same thing with brackets, guys. Like I said, you don't have to burn all of your util. If the T side is smoking arch like this, one very simple retake that you can do, have your players get ready to retake from lane side, have two people here maybe, and then you're sitting arch side, and as soon as this smoke is fading, as soon as it's about to fade, you molly middle, right? You molly off middle so that no one can stand here and fight, and then you have your lane players, they can throw a flash if they want, but they come in here, fight boiler, and get ready to clear out brackets, right? And then get into these 4 positions and re-smoke mid. Inferno is all about brackets retake and also car retake, right? If you know how to retake car, with any nade set, just look them up on YouTube. If you know how to retake car, you know, and flash in, do your thing, and retake that, and you know how to retake brackets, you're going to succeed, because that is what this is about, right? Retake, information, getting that info, knowing what to do. When you're just playing Inferno like a noob and you're just running around, you're not thinking anything, you're just taking fights, doing that, you're going to get destroyed. And that's why some players just absolutely despise the map, because they're not able to think deep enough with it and understand, you know, the complexities and strategies of it. So make sure you understand rotations, what you should be doing, and just be so hard to kill on CT side, guys. That's like, if you're the pit player on Inferno, your job is the best and the worst, right? Your job, you know, you are just there to live, right? Being the pit player on Inferno, almost you don't care about kills, you care about deaths, right? Because if you can sit here, you know, throw your smokes, put out the mollies, and just survive, stay alive here, and be annoying, you're going to delay. This map is about delaying because of the rotations are so long, right? So on B side, it's the same thing. You can throw some one-way smoke or something, right? You can throw a defensive smoke down to make sure you're delaying and buying time, because that means your teammates can rotate in CT and throw flashes to help you out. Like if I'm rotating in CT, I'm flashing behind sight for my players, right? I'm throwing these flashes that land up here so that my B players, because they're staying alive, they're doing such a good job, boom, flash, they can peek. It's all about those flash peeks and plays, right? Same thing. I could be playing coffins, right? They smoke me off, but I have a teammate back sight. Oh, dude, I'm smoked off. I'll flash for you, though. I'll flash for you. And so I'm supporting him. I'm flashing, just buying time, hoping that the T's are stuck here, right? That they're blind from the flashes and they have to just chill here. So use your utility on Inferno. Never underestimate it, and just understand that part of the map, the complexities of it. Like I said, guys, if this video gets 200 likes, I'll do a part 2 on Inferno. We'll dive even deeper. We'll go into even more details, and make sure to leave a comment what other map you'd like to see me do a dive into and give a little bit of pro insight on. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you. You all have a great rest of your day. Keep grinding, and let's make this year the best year yet. It's almost over, so take advantage of it.